Hello. June 28th, 2025. We're going back to the year 2017. It's just summertime. Like, the kids are almost off school, and summer's like, a couple days away. So, the owners of both the establishments that I frequently visit, there's one closer to me. I frequently visit that one more often. I go to that one a lot more often. And then the other one, I go there occasionally, depending where the girls are working that I'm taking care of or, you know, friends with and stuff like that. And usually all the massage places are close to these places. So it makes sense. You go to one, you go to another. But anyway, they've asked me if I could help them with the morale and bring up their morale of where they're working. Because in the summertime, a lot of the normal customers that come in usually have things to do. Some of them have children, some of them are married, some of them, they won't have all this time when they first get out of school. So they all know this. So the first 2 weeks of summer is usually pretty slow. And then everything relaxes and everything goes pretty well back to normal around, the end of July. But anyway, so they've asked me to do these readings. So I'm going to do the further place that I go to the first time. And I'm going to do it on a Friday night. I'll go in around 9:30 instead of going 12 like I usually do, or 12:30. Now, I start the readings and everything goes well. And there's about maybe 10 readings that I do, which is a lot. And it kind of drains me. Well, actually drains me a lot. So I finish that up, and then I go home and I go to bed. And I usually sleep 24 hours after this. The only thing that really rejuvenates me after, a lot of readings is sleep. Sun helps, water helps, the earth helps, the wind helps, love helps. But for me, sleep is the big one. And I can utilize all those powers when I'm sleeping through astroplaning and everything. And I don't go very far from my body when I am trying to repair myself. So I stay close. And I live in an area where everything is there. We got earth, water, wind, fire. It's a beautiful place to live. As you can see behind me, there's kinds of trees. There's a creek back there. It's beautiful. But anyway, the second week, I'm going to do closer to my place. Because I know there'll probably be a tiny bit more readings to do. Because everybody knows me there and everything, right? And a lot of the people that came to the first one were people I've already done. So it's not as hard when you've already done something. It's pretty well basic to the same idea of what's happening in their life. A lot of things don't change 100%. So anyway, so I start the reading, and this time I get in there around 8:30, quarter to 9. Because I know there's going to be more people. And each reading takes 10 to 15 minutes. These are, I call, flash readings, or a sit, it's just like not super intense. It's just basically I read the palm, and that's it. I don't do the tarot cards, no questions really after. Maybe a couple if it's necessary. And it's pretty fast. But I usually need a 2 or 3 minute break between each one so I can leave that person and get into the next person. That's the way I say it anyway. So I'm doing the readings and everything, and there was a lot more than I anticipated. I thought maybe 12, 14 at the most. Those ended up being 15, 16, 17 readings. Now, in the last reading was someone that I did so many times before, and she likes a reading every year or every 2 years for sure. And I was in the middle of it, and she goes to me, Birdy, you're bleeding from the nose, and a little bit out of your right eye and your left ear. And I go, what? Are you serious? I go, I'm going to have to stop this reading. She goes, yeah, you're turning white too. You're white. And I told her, I said, listen, if I faint, you call an ambulance as quickly as possible and you rush me to a hospital. But if I'm coherent and I'm still talking and I'm not fainting, you're going to go get the manager, a cold compress, and we're going to drive me home. She goes, okay. So she went to get another girl to sit with me while she went to go get the manager. And she also got me a cold compress and everything, and I started to wipe my face and everything, and got me a mirror. And I saw that I was turning white and I was bleeding. And this only happens when I've done too many readings and I've over exhausted myself. I brought myself to a pinnacle where there, it's just really bad. There's a chance that something I could hurt myself. So anyway, the manager drove my car home and drove me home. And I got home and my mom was waiting for me because the last week I did the same thing and she was waiting for me. She goes, I'm just going to watch you sleep for a little while, make sure you're okay. So I got in and I told my mom they drove me home because I couldn't drive. And she goes, oh, this was a bad one. How many did you do? I said, I don't know, Mom. Maybe I did 17, 18 readings. The last one I started bleeding. And she goes, that's really no good. Like, you got to remember, my mom's a healer and she has gifts too. She can't really predict the future or do what I can do. But anyway, she's like, okay. She got another cold compress and I got changed and I got ready for bed. She goes, I'm going to watch you while you sleep. And she goes, yes, if you stop breathing, I'm going to call the ambulance. Or if you pulsate or I have a seizure or anything like that, she'll call the ambulance. I've never had a seizure yet, but thank God. But stop breathing, that's happened. My heart beating really hard, that's happened. There's a few other things that have happened. So she stayed and watched me all night long. And I went to bed. It was Friday night, maybe 2 or 3 in the morning. So, not realizing this, I wake up thinking it's Saturday morning or Saturday evening. Maybe I slept 12 hours or something like that, or Saturday afternoon. I can't remember. I just thought it was the next day. I wake up. My mom hears me waking up and moving and everything because she slept in the room beside me because we have a really, really big house. And there's like 12 bedrooms or more. I don't know. There's 6 bedrooms or 5 bedrooms upstairs. And on an extension, there's like 4 bedrooms. And then another extension, another 4 bedrooms. And then 3 bedrooms in the middle. Let's do the math on that. I'm not doing that. But anyway, it's super huge. And she slept in the one room beside me so she could hear me if I moved. And she comes running in. And I go, Ma, how long did I sleep? I had to go to the washroom really, really bad. Like, wow, I was in the washroom for a few minutes because I had a lot to go. But anyway, I get out of there and she goes, you've been sleeping for a while. I said, what, 12, 13, 14 hours? She goes to me, no, you went to bed Friday. It's Tuesday. I go, what? Could you explain why I'm super hungry and I had to go to the washroom so bad? She goes, yeah, you slept for 3 or 4 days. Slept Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I woke up Tuesday. But I was fine. I do have this ability within myself to astroplane. And I used all the energies around me. I went to the creek, grabbed some water. I went to the earth, grabbed some earth. Got some wind. I got some sun, and I started healing myself. We have this is the way I perceive it, all these little electrolytes in our bodies, and they come from the sun or the earth. They come from a lot of different places. And I use those to heal wherever I'm hurting really bad. It would have been probably my mind trying to go to places I shouldn't have gone to do these readings and overextended myself. And after that, I promised my mom I would only do a reading once every 2 to 3 hours, and I would only do 5 in a day. And I still keep that promise today. That's Birdy signing out. That's my story. Thank you. Bye.